right? So we're going to be starting from here. فما كان دعواهم إذ جاءهم بأسنا إلا أن قالوا إنا كنا ظالمين فلنسألن الذين أرسل إليهم ولنسألن المرسلين. So فما كان. So far we studied in the previous ayat that how many of the towns we destroyed. فجاء بأسنا. So see, this word has come بأسنا. So you need to improve and work on your vocabulary a lot. And if the word is coming for the first time, so I'll tell you the meaning of it. But if the same word is going to come again, make sure that you know the meaning that time. All right. If the same word is getting repeated, so ensure that you already know the meaning of it. So don't forget it. Like ba'suna, was meaning ba'suna we did yesterday, like punishment. Azabuna. So bayatan means sleeping in the night, and qail means qailun, sleeping in the day, in the afternoon nap. Fama kana. So this fa is what? It is an atf. Like you have wa, the connector. Fa, or I say and, or you say like in English you say so, or I say then, or you simply put a comma. But this can also be another term, which is a bit advanced term to use for the same, would be harfu istinaf. Harfu istinaf would mean the continuation of the same thing, right? Because see, this doesn't mean that because this is a new ayat from here, it doesn't mean it's a new sentence. Because we know that ayat does not mean a sentence. A group of ayats can also make one sentence, and one ayat can have multiple sentences in it. So ayat is not a sentence at all. So this fa, in simple terms, we can call it harf atf, like an and or so, or let's simply a comma that connects sentence, or we can call it harf istinaf, which means the continuation. That is the same conversation that's going on, and we're continuing that. فَمَا كَانَ دَعْوَاهُمْ. So this ma is what? So when you apply ma on fi'l madi, that is the negation, right? You put ma or plus madi. So how do you negate fi'l madi? With a ma. Ma kana. So this is ma an-nafiya or ma an-nafi. All right. The negation, the ma of negation. We know that there are 10 types of ma. So right before, when you have it with the madi, fil madi, the past tense, that is a simple negation. So fama kana. All right. So fama kana da'wahum. So whenever we come across kana, we know that we have to look for what? We have to look for ismu kana and khabaru kana. Always look for that. And right at this time, you can put some extra efforts to look for ism kana, or even when there is an inna coming. So look for ism inna and khabaru inna, and then it's going to come naturally to you, right? Put an extra effort to find it yourself. Where is the ism kana and where is the khabar kana? If it's inna coming, where is the ism inna, where is khabar inna? Then you can see that, later on, you will not have to put any extra effort on it. It will come naturally to you. So ism kana is always, 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 always going to be marfu, right? And khabar kana is always, always going to be mansub. So the the noun that is right next to it, that is da'wahum. This is the ismu kana. Now, this is actually idafa construction. What's the meaning of da'wahum? Like a plea, like pukar, unki pukar, da'wahum, unki pukar, their cry or their plea, right? So this is da'wa. It's not even mentioned here, so I'll write it here for you. The noun. So this word is like you have like mustashfa, like Isa, like Musa, wherein the last letter we have a muqaddara, like call it ism maqsoor. All right, ism maqsoor, like you have like this, da'wa, right? So da'wa, it's all three forms will look like this. You cannot say da. It will actually be da'wa yu or da'wa yun, like something like this. But because it is maqsoor, it will be muqaddara. So da'wa is what? It is ismu kana in this case, and it is marfu bi dhamma muqaddara. All right? It is dhamma muqaddara. So its dhamma cannot, what does it mean, dhamma muqaddara? That you cannot see its dhamma with your eyes, but your mind knows it, that it is marfu. So da'wahum as an idafa construction, and hum is mudaf ilayh. All right. وَمَا كَانَ دَعْوَاهُمْ. They didn't have any other plea, or except for what? Is ja'ahum ba'asuna. Is zarf. When ja came Ja'ahum. So when you have an attached pronoun to the verb, what's it? It is its object, right? Hum is the object, the maf'ul of ja'a. But we're going to look for, so when the verb comes, we're going to look for its fa'il, who is the doer of this action. So who's the doer of ja'a? It is ba'suna again, because it is marfu, ba'suna. So when the punishment came to them, right? When the punishment came to them, when you use this in English, the word punishment, or when you use the word came to, the punishment came to them. So the object in English uses a preposition to for the verb come. So you come to here, you come to this place, you come to me, you come to, you come to them. The punishment came to them. But in Arabic, this verb ja'a does not need the preposition, right? It accepts the object directly. Ja'ahum. You don't say ja'a ilayhim, right? You simply say ja'ahum. Is ja'a, when came to them, what came to them? Punishment. Ba'as, our punishment. When our azab came to them. So this is the file. So again, the file is in idafa construction. Ba'asuna. So when our punishment came to them, illa an qalu, except what they said. So an qalu is masdar mu'awwal, except. Illa would be exception, like istisna, mustasna. So except what they said was inna kunna zalimin. So when the punishment came to them, so they didn't have anything else to say, but except the one thing they had to say was what? Inna kunna zalimin. So when you look at inna kunna zalimin, what is this inna? This is inna, right? So inna plus na. So when you look for inna, what is inna? Harf tawqid wa nasb. It is the inna which gives emphasis, right? Comes right in the beginning. So you always look for ismu inna. So where is the ismu inna in this? It is the, yes, what is the ismu inna? Anyone?
Kunna. Na.
It is the na. Kunna cannot be ismu inna. Kunna is a verb, right? So you cannot, verb cannot be an ism. A verb cannot be a noun, right? So kunna cannot be the ism. So this is the khabaru inna. Very good that na actually that's in there. So what's it like? So when you open it up, for example, like this, inna, it is actually inna plus na, right? It's actually inna plus na, right? Inna plus na. So which becomes inna. Right? Like this, inna. So this is actually written together. Another way to write the same is innana. That's again the same thing. Innana or inna, it's the same thing, right? So in innana, you're just here you're just chopping off one noon, because in this one there's going to be two noons, so total are three. 2 plus 1, 3. But you remove one in this case, all right? So what is the ismu inna? It is the na that's already assimilated with inna. So that is the ismu inna, and it is mansub because it's an attached pronoun. Attached pronouns is damirun muttasilun mansub, right? Where the attached pronoun is always going to be mansub. So na, this is inna, not inna with an alif there, right? So this is harf tawqid inna plus na that's connected with it, written together. That is the ismu inna. And where is the khabaru inna here? That is the verbal sentence. That is jumla fe'liya kunna zalimin. All right. So if you put it like this all is going to be the khabaru inna. All right. And I can put it like this. This is the ismu inna. All right. So khabaru inna. So what kind of khabar we have? In all we have 5 types of khabar, right? And here we have the second type of khabar, that is the jumla failure, the verbal sentence. So if we look at the verbal sentence in itself, that is kunna, that is actually kana. So whenever we look for kana, again we need to look for what? Ismu kana and khabaru kana, right? So where is the ismu kana now? When we say kunna,
Again na.
absolutely, it would be again the na. So this is actually kun, right? So kun plus na. So we assimilated them together. So this na here is what? Kunna. So this is the ismu kana here. All right. And where's the khabaru kana? Zalimin, which is mansub. All right. This is mansub. It's not zalimun. So zalimin it is khabaru kana mansub. What tells us this is mansub? This ya, right? لأنه جمع مذكر سالم. Jama Muzakkar Salim, the sound masculine plural is represented by a ya. And this is the Arabu al-Far'iyya, the secondary Arab. Right? The primary is fatah, so here it is, secondary. See, very easy for you. Inna kunna zalimin. So what did they say? So they didn't have anything else to say. They didn't cry anything else except to say that what? Inna kunna zalimin. So you can put this portion, right? This is a zarf is kan is ja'ahum ba'asuna. So this is another clause in the same sentence. So they didn't have anything else to say when the punishment came to them, except that they said that we are or we were indeed zalimun. We're going to look at some of the transitions also. That's going to go ahead and confirm and help us further to see that how the translators have actually translated this. So this is the Clear Quran by Mustafa Khattab. So there it is. He says, their only cry when overwhelmed by our torment was, we have indeed been wrongdoers. All right. So that was the only cry. So imagine how many societies we have destroyed. Kam min qariyatin, right? How many societies? So here he's translating it as societies. And if you see Abdul Halim, another, he uses modern day English translation, Abdul Halim. So he's saying, how many towns have we destroyed? Right? How many towns have Qarya, right? Qarya can be a town, it can be a village. So how many towns we destroyed? Our punishment came to them by night or while they were slept in the afternoon. And the only cry when our punishment came to them was, how wrong were we? All right. All right. So then we go to the number 6. Now we see again the same thing that we just checked. So the verb here is nas'alu. What's this? Nas'alu. All right. What's the meaning of nas'alu? We are asking or we will ask, because mudara can refer to present tense as well as future, right? Present tense as well as the future tense. So it is actually nas'alu. All right, nas'alu. So fa is here connector again. This would be harf istinaf, the continuation of the same, like so or and. So this lam with the fatha and the noon at the end. This is emphasis, right? This is noon saqil, right? And it is nas'alu. Now tell me, uh, nas'alu is what? Just like we have yafa'alu, tafalu, tafalu, afalu, and nafa'alu. So because it was nas'alu and it got a fatha here, right? Just like yafa'alu, when we connect the noon thaqil to it, it converts in a fatha and becomes mabni. Fala nas'alanna. So how would you translate fala nas'alanna? Can anyone try to translate it? Fala, how you understand it? Fala nas'alanna.
Ustad, the fa will be, that is
Then or so, yeah.
then
Or and,
surely we will,
yeah, yeah,
surely
certainly.
we will ask. Surely
Certainly,
we'll
right?
ask.
Indeed, certainly we will ask, or
Mm.
definitely. You can see there are two emphases in it. And ideally, you will not have this cannot be actually translated, originally cannot be in a sense. But because see, in our language, if we have to give emphasis, how do we do? We just raise our voice to give an emphasis, right? We don't add anything else. So if we say indeed, I will tell you, it doesn't give the actual beauty of what the word actually is. If you just say certainly, right? So that's the reason why they say that this is the most difficult book to translate, because you cannot translate this kind of an emphasis. But yes, if you understand it in its original language, that serves the purpose. For the nas'alanna, no, indeed, for surety, we're going to ask. Anna, who are we going to ask? Now, who is the file of it? It is the muqaddara, right? Nahnu. Nas'alu, nahnu. That is, no, yeah, that is mustatir. Not muqaddara, it's mustatir. It's nahnu. We're going to ask. Who are we going to ask? Now, what is coming next to it would be its object, the maful. So that's going to be allazina ursila ilayhim. So we're definitely going to ask those ursila ilayhim who were sent the revelation, right? So this allazina is ism mawsul, right? It's a relative pronoun, but at the same time, it is what? What's it do? Ism mawsul is what it is in itself. But what is it doing in the sentence here is it is the mafulun bihi. It is the object here. Definitely we're going to ask allazina, those, right? Those who ursila ilayhim, who received the revelation. The revelation was sent to them. So ursila again passive, right? Form 4 passive. Ursila ilayhim, those who were sent the revelation ilayhim وَلَنَسْأَلَنَّ الْمُرْسَلِينَ, right? And indeed and definitely, for surety, we're going to ask al-mursaleen. Who are the mursaleen? Mursaleen, it is arsala yursil. Now, this is the ismul file of the same. Arsala yursilu. Yursilu becomes mursilun. Mursilun means the one is the active participle of the same, the one who goes with the message, right? The messenger, and its plural is mursalun. So these are the messengers. So this is a very scary ayat in a sense that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala here says they will definitely interrogate the nation, interrogate those people that received the messenger as well as the message. So the nation will be interrogated, and also those who were sent, that is the messengers. So the messenger is just is not just doing his job because it's his side hobby. No, he's not doing it because of that or something like that. He's compelled to do it, and he'll be interrogated for the same thing. All right. And if we look at the clear Quran, you see, responsive messengers, we will surely question those who received the messengers, that is the people, right? And we will question the messengers themselves. So both will be asked. The messenger will also be asked about the message, whether he did his job well, and the nation, the people will also be asked about it, uh, for receiving the message. All right. We shall certainly question those whom the messengers were sent and question the messengers themselves. All right. So in the same way, the other ayat is just like this. فَلَا نَقُصَّنَّ قَصَّ يَقُصُّ قَصَّ يَقُصُّ ما معنى قَصَّ يَقُصُّ? It means to narrate, right? To narrate, to narrate a story or to narrate something. قَصَّ يَقُصُّ. Now you see again, فَلَا نَقُصَّنَّ. So again, the noon of emphasis and lam of emphasis, right? فَلَا نَقُصَّنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ بِعِلْمٍ وَمَا كُنَّا غَائِبِينَ. So again, kana here is coming. All right, kunna and ghaibin, ghaibun. فَلَنَقُصَّنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ. So we'll definitely narrate on them bi'ilm, with knowledge. We're not going to go ahead and give them the account without any knowledge. We'll have all the knowledge what they did. So we'll definitely narrate to them with the complete knowledge. وَمَا كُنَّا غَائِبِينَ. And we were not ghaib, we were not absent. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not absent. His knowledge is at all the places. So based on knowledge, there will be, with what we say in proper documentation, right? With proper documentation. So for the criminal, see, what's the biggest escape for a criminal? For a criminal, the biggest escape is, they'll simply tell you, oh, this is all lie, what you're telling me, right? You tell a criminal you did this. He'll say this is lie. This is the biggest escape for them, right? He'll say that these are all lies. He was not there at this place. When you're saying that this crime happened, I was not there. So Allah says, "Bi-ilm," we'll have the proper documentation. I don't think that we're ghaib, we don't know about anything. We're fully aware of everything, and with proper documentation, we are going to go ahead and narrate you your life story. فَلَنَقُصَّنَّ عَلَيْهِمْ بِعِلْم. Now you see, alayhim is plural, right? بِعِلْم وَمَا كُنَّا غَائِبِينَ. And we were present, right? You cannot see me, but that does not mean that I was not there, right? So I was always there when we are, when you're doing anything, whether you're praying in your room, nobody sees you. Allah is fully aware of what you do. And if you're committing any sin, nauzubillah, right? Allah is fully aware of that as well. So what you do is just kunna and ghaibin. Just go ahead and break it down. What is the ismu kana and khabaru kana? Khabaru kana here is what? Ghaibin, and it is mansub. All right. So I think that should be it for today. Inshallah, we'll continue the rest of it tomorrow. But make sure that you are, writing it down on your notebooks yourself. The verb, the file of the verb, like doing your proper analysis. Any difficulties, do let me know, right? Subhanakallahumma bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.